I still have a soft spot for him. He was my first. She left me weeks before our wedding to be with her ex. He cheated on her with her best friend. Now she's begging me back. But it's too late. My name's Aiden. I'm 29, and until a few months ago, I thought I was about to marry the love of my life, Zoe. Zoe and I met 5 years ago. It wasn't one of those instant sparks you hear about in movies, but something better, a slow burn that grew stronger over time. We built a life together, shared an apartment, adopted a dog, planned vacations, and talked about starting a family. I thought we were solid. But maybe I was the only one who thought that. About 3 months before our wedding, I started noticing little shifts. Subtle, but there. Less affectionate texts. More nights where she claimed she was too tired to talk. She started going out more, sometimes with friends I didn't even know. I asked if everything was okay. Her answer was always the same. Just wedding stress. Nothing more. I wanted to believe her. Maybe I should have asked harder questions. But when you trust someone, you give them the benefit of the doubt. Then came the day that flipped my world upside down. It was a Sunday afternoon. We were sitting on the couch, going over the guest list. I noticed her phone buzz. I glanced over, just out of habit, and saw a name pop up. Eli. I recognized it. Eli was her ex-boyfriend from college. The first love kind of ex. The one whose name had come up maybe twice in 5 years. Always casually, like he was a distant memory. But now, suddenly, he was texting her. I asked, "Why is Eli texting you?" She didn't answer right away. She locked her phone, set it down, and sighed, like she'd been holding something in for a while. "We've been talking," she finally said. "Catching up." That felt weird. But okay. I told myself not to jump to conclusions. Then came the line I'll never forget, the one that still rings in my head. Aiden. I still have a soft spot for him. He was my first. I didn't know what to say. I just stared at her. She wouldn't meet my eyes. "Are you serious right now?" I don't know how it happened. We started talking, and old feelings came back. I thought I was over him, but I guess I'm not. She didn't yell. She didn't cry. She just said it, flat, like she'd already made peace with it. Then she stood up. "I can't do this. I need time to figure things out. I'm sorry." And just like that, she left. Weeks before our wedding. Dress bought. Venue booked. Invitations sent. I sat there numb, wondering how the hell this was happening. How someone could just throw away 5 years over a guy she hadn't seen in nearly a decade. I wanted answers. But for the first few days, none came. She wouldn't respond to texts. Wouldn't pick up my calls. Mutual friends said she needed space. Later, through whispers from friends, I found out the truth. She wasn't just figuring things out. She'd flown out to see him, to spend time with Eli. The same Eli who dumped her back in college when he got bored. The same guy she once said was a lesson, not a soulmate. It stung more than I can explain. I won't lie. Part of me hoped she'd come to her senses, that she'd realize what she was walking away from. But another part of me, something colder, started thinking differently. If I wasn't good enough when I was giving her my best, maybe it was time to stop being the good guy. A couple of weeks passed. Silence. No contact from Zoe. I went confusion, then a strange kind of acceptance. Not because I was over it, but because I realized I didn't have a choice. I couldn't force someone to love me the way I loved them. But then, just when I was starting to pull myself together, she texted. It was short. "Can we talk?" Part of me wanted to ignore it, pretend she didn't exist. But another part, the part that still remembered the 5 years we'd spent building a life together, couldn't help but respond. We met at a park near our old apartment. She looked different, not physically, but in her energy, like someone who'd been hit by a truck. She didn't waste time. "I made a mistake," she said. "Eli, he's not who I thought he was. Not anymore." I didn't say anything. I just let her talk. We spent a few weeks together. It was like old times at first. I convinced myself it meant something. But then, I found out he was sleeping with someone else the entire time. She paused, swallowed hard. Not just anyone. My best friend, Emma. I won't lie. Hearing that stirred something in me. Not satisfaction, but a cold kind of confirmation. This was the guy she threw away our entire relationship for. She wiped her face. "I feel so stupid. I don't know what I was thinking. I ruined everything." There was a long silence between us. Then she whispered, "Can we fix this? Please. I miss you, Aiden." For a second, a tiny part of me almost buckled. Old instincts. Familiar comfort. But then something clicked. All those lonely nights. The gut punches. The way she walked away without fighting for me. Without even thinking twice. I leaned back and asked, "Why now? Because he burned you? Or because you actually realized you loved me?" She flinched. "It's not like that, isn't it?" I cut her off. "You didn't come back because you missed me. You came back because he didn't want you." Tears started rolling down her face. "Aiden, please." I was confused. I made a terrible mistake. "You and I, we have a life together." I shook my head. "We had a life. You ended it." She started reaching for my hand. I pulled it back. You need to understand something, I said. When you walked away, you taught me exactly where I stood in your life. I was the safe choice, the backup plan, the guy who was always there. Her face crumbled. Don't say that, please. I don't want to lose you. I stood up. You already did. I left her sitting there on that bench, crying. And I meant it when I walked away. But here's the thing. I wasn't done. Because if Zoe thought I was just going to quietly disappear, lick my wounds, and let her rewrite the narrative, she was wrong. I had a plan, not out of hate, not even revenge in the typical sense, but to make sure she felt the consequences of treating me like an option. To show her what happens when the person you took for granted figures out his worth. And trust me, she wasn't ready for what was coming next. After that conversation at the park, something in me shifted. I wasn't the same person anymore. The guy who would wait around, hoping someone would choose me. Zoe had made her choice. Now it was my turn. I didn't waste time. The first thing I did was call the venue, the caterer, and everyone involved in the wedding. Canceled everything. Some deposits were lost, but I didn't care. Better to lose some money than to tie myself to someone who saw me as a backup plan. Then, something unexpected happened. A mutual friend, Jenna, reached out. She told me, Aiden, everyone knows what happened. People are on your side. Zoe's been telling people it was just cold feet. But people talk. It hit me. Zoe was trying to control the story, paint herself as confused, overwhelmed, someone who made a mistake, but not someone who betrayed her fiancé weeks before their wedding. No, I wasn't going to let that fly. So I told the truth. To friends, family, anyone who asked. Calmly. No drama. Just the facts. Zoe told me she still had feelings for her ex. She left me to try things with him. Then came back when he cheated on her. Simple. Honest. Nothing exaggerated. Let people connect the dots themselves. And you know what happened? People pulled away from her. Friends stopped replying to her texts. Some even told her directly, you messed up big time. Zoe reached out again. Texts, missed calls, voicemails, all variations of can we just talk? Or I still love you. Or please, don't throw this away. I ignored them all, but I didn't stop there. I started focusing on myself, truly. Hit the gym harder than ever. Took a few trips I'd been putting off. Spent more time with friends I hadn't seen enough of while wrapped up in my relationship. I even took a promotion at work that I'd once hesitated on because it would have required more travel. Without someone tying me down, suddenly, the world felt bigger. And then, something poetic happened. A few months later, I started dating someone. Not rushed. Not out of spite. Just, naturally. Her name's Rachel. We met at a friend's birthday party. Total opposite of Zoe. Kind. Grounded. No emotional games. No unfinished business with exes. Zoe found out. I know because I got one last text from her. I heard you're seeing someone. I hope she knows how lucky she is. I still think about you every day. I'm sorry for everything. I really am. I didn't reply. There was nothing left to say. Some choices are permanent. She bet everything on a guy from her past, someone who left her once before, thinking the grass might be greener. And when that blew up in her face, she wanted me to be the soft place to land. But I'm not anyone's safety net. And here's the thing. It's not about revenge. It's about learning your own worth. About realizing that someone who loves you doesn't make you feel like an option. They don't walk away to figure things out with someone else. They stay. They choose you. Every single day. Zoe taught me that. Just not in the way she probably intended. I'm curious. If you were me, would you have handled it differently? Would you have taken her back when she came crawling? Or do you think some doors should stay closed for good? I appreciate you watching till the end. Hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for more content.